All right, here we are at some parking area. I couldn't park very close to the trail, so it's probably going to be about a half-mile hike to the trail. We're going to backcountry site number 9. It's off Anthony Creek. Never been there before, never done this trail, but supposedly really easy. Just kind of wanted to get out. I've got a lot of new gear I wanted to test and things like that, so getting the boots on right now and gonna strap up and head out there. Here's the pack for the trip. It's my brand new Osprey Kestrel 58. I had the 38, it was just a little small. It was big enough to bring the bare essentials, but you know, none of the extras, and I wanted to be able to bring my GoPro, do some filming, things like that, and have a few more luxuries. So coming in, base weight is about just shy of 40 pounds today. Or I'm sorry, total weight is about 40 pounds, including water and everything. I'm only bringing a liter of water just because I want to test out the new filtration system. So yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna go down that way, and then we're gonna walk through kind of the picnic area. They don't allow overnight parking in the picnic area. So talked to a ranger and he told me to park here and just kind of go from there. So I don't know how much filming I'll be doing on the trail. I'll record a little bit, but gonna get to the campsite. It's 1:34 now. I'll probably stop and fish a little bit. Hoping to get to camp and have everything set up by like 4 o'clock so I can have time to gather firewood and all that. So here we go. Let's look. A little over a mile, 1.4 miles in. Feeling good. This trail's been really nice so far. I just came across this awesome little section of water here. This creek is supposed to fish well, you know, when the other streams in the park are really high. So I'm hoping at the site it looks as good as this does, because this looks really good. Could definitely pull some fish out of there. So yeah, we're about 1.4 miles in, a little less than halfway, and honestly it's been a super easy hike so far. So should be there in about another 40-45 minutes or so, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get a good sight. Just walking through this beautiful rhododendron valley. I love this stuff. It's one of the most prevalent plants in the park, but in my opinion it's one of the best. It's just so beautiful. It's green year round, and it's an awesome thing. Got a really nice little bridge crossing here. This has just been a beautiful trail so far. I'm loving it. All right, first official break. Kind of stopped on this ridge. Creek's running down through there. It's really cleared out. That's kind of the nice thing about coming this time of year, I guess. You can just see so far compared to the summer. But trail keeps going that way. We are 2.3 miles in. So I guess we probably got about another, yeah, we probably have about another mile. Just building in the distance that I walked from where I parked. That was about a little less than half a mile. And then it's supposed to be about 3 to the campsite. So I guess we're gonna be at about 3.5 miles when it's all said and done. Weather's great. It's supposed to rain starting about 11, last until about 3 a.m. But I'll be asleep and in the tent by then, so no worries there. Yeah, should be able to get to camp, I'd say in about half an hour. Get there by about 3 o'clock, and then got a lot to do once we get there. So Gonna get back moving, get the pack back on, and we'll probably check in next time when I'm at the campsite. All right, we have made it to campsite 9. Here we are. This is really nice. It looks like it's a really sizable site. Goes all the way down there as well as over here. So now I guess first step is deciding which site we want to take. I really like the look of this one over here. Oh, this rock. Key here is just going to be to find nice level ground to set the tent out on. Looks like there's a good amount of kindling and things left over from other campers, but from what I can see, there's at least 4 fire rings. That's what I read online as well, and they all seem to be very well spaced out, so should definitely be a good one to go to if you're looking for a nice group campsite where you're looking for some more seclusion. This definitely looks like the best one though here. We got this nice fire ring nestled right up against this rock. We got the creek there. Definitely gonna have to scope that out. Yeah, this will do nicely. First order of business, it's gonna be getting some firewood together. Could probably do a lot of just salvaging from other campsites around here. Man, this is nice. Let's check out the creek here. Okay. Not ideal for fishing, but not terrible. All right, I think I'm gonna go with this site. I walked around, checked them all out. There's a couple nice ones down here, but I like how close we are to the creek here. I feel like that rock's gonna be nice tonight, sitting by the fire. Keep some wind off and also kind of push some heat from the hot fire towards me while I'm sitting. So, only thing that's unfortunate about this site is it is not a lot of level ground here for the tent. I think this is the best spot that I've picked out, so we're gonna go ahead and try to pitch it here, sort of just clear some debris. There's a ton of firewood around here, so I'm not worried about that, but we're gonna try the tent right here. It's soft enough that I think I can get the stakes down. It's not gonna be flat ground, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Right here also looks like a decent spot, but there's just so many of these little rocks and roots that I just don't think it's going to be viable. I'm also thinking about maybe going over here. Again, just a lot of rocks and roots right here, but I would sleep really nice right next to the creek like this. So, you know what? Maybe this will work. I think this might be the spot. We're gonna try and pitch here and see how it goes. All right, time to pitch the tent. This is the Durston X-Mid Pro 2. It's my first outing with it. I've set it up in my side yard and it was great. So first time in the field though. Let's see if we can make it work here. Okay, so the GoPro died unfortunately when I was pitching the tent, but got it set up. There it is. So like I said, Durston X-Mid 2. It's a little saggy just because of how we had to stake it down, but I think it'll work. Got plenty of room in there. I got my sleeping pad set up. The next step is going to be to take these guys, go down to the creek and filter some water. I'll need some water both for cooking tonight as well as just for drinking. I'm getting pretty thirsty. So we'll head down there. Also want to kind of scout out some potential fishing. I definitely think there could be fish here, but this is pretty skinny water. It does look good though. All right, I don't have a good way to set up the camera to record me doing it, but I'm gonna filter some water. It's pretty cool. Basically, you just fill up this bag here and just squeeze it through the filter into your bottle. So it's really nice and convenient. So get that done and check in a little. Okay, there's a lot of different ways to start a fire, but one way I like to do it is just take a good sized chunk of wood, something like this, and just take a pocket knife and just start making little tiny chips. Then you just make something like that with your knife, kind of stick that in the bottom, then you get your fire starter. So in my case, for a fire starter, it's one really simple. Just one of these fire starter cubes and a lighter. Keep it easy. So just gonna want to build up your kindling into a little pyramid. Go ahead and light that on fire. That'll get it going. You just kind of want to build on top of that with your kindling. Should start to catch. Alright, so once you get to this point, just kind of let it burn for a little bit. Let all that catch and then progressively start adding all that bigger stuff. And I did make the decision to start my fire at 4 o'clock, so we're gonna need a lot of wood. Although I imagine I'm going to bed pretty early tonight. It's been a long day, so I will get back with you once that's going. Okay, it's 5:30 about. Just got done with a little bit of fishing, no luck. I think that creek is just a little too skinny. Not really holding any fish. I didn't go very far, just kind of put the rod together and just kind of hop boulders, maybe a half mile up the stream or so. So I've since put on my warmer attire. I can definitely feel the temperature dropping. We've got a strong wind coming from the south. It's bringing some cool air through. Supposed to get down to about 32 tonight, and that is in Townsend. So we're at about 3,400 feet here, so you know, definitely going to be slightly colder than what it will be in Townsend. So I'm just kind of getting ready. My fire went out while I was fishing, so gonna need to get that back going. Other than that, tent's holding up well. Like I said, it's the first time I've used it, so just kind of thought I'd set it up and let it hang out in the wind for a little bit and see if it stood up. Everything else going just fine. Got a good stockpile of wood right there. I don't really imagine I'll stay awake longer than about maybe 8:30 or so tonight. The circadian rhythm definitely hits pretty hard when you're out in the woods, so probably gonna go to bed early. Wake up pretty early too. I'd like to be on my way back. Got some stuff I got to do back in Knoxville tomorrow, so I'd like to be back by noon at the latest. Getting ready to get the fire back going. Gonna cook some dinner, and then probably just kind of hang out by the fire and turn in early. So just gonna chill out a little bit, rest a little bit, drink some water. All right, it is about 6 o'clock now. Got the fire back going. It's looking good, nice and toasty. Getting ready to cook some dinner. I'll probably still just go ahead and cook on the stove since it's a little bit easier. Probably just gonna make some ramen, keep it simple. Really not feeling too hungry, honestly. I had a big breakfast this morning, so but yeah, this is the best part right here. Just chilling by the fire, tent's all set up by the creek, ready to go. Just time to huddle around the fire, stay warm, and just kind of. All right, probably can't see much of me right now, but It's about 8:30. Fire is all but gone. Just kind of let it fizzle out here. I made dinner and all that. I completely forgot to record that part, but kept it simple tonight. Didn't do anything too complicated. So getting ready to get in the tent, turn in early, probably fall asleep by 9. Hoping to wake up at around sunrise, close to sunrise, and then pack up and get out of here. So I'll film a lot of that and the hike back. We are supposed to get some rain tonight. It was really clear there for a minute. A lot of, you know, stars starting to come out and things like that, but it's definitely started to cloud up. So I'm gonna batten down the hatches, make sure the rain flies all good to go, which it should be, and then keep my backpack in the tent. I've got my food up there on the bear cable. Not sure how much you can see about that, but all the food's up there. The rest of everything is going to go in my tent with me. So yeah, got to make sure this fire's nice and out, and then I'll see you in the... All right, in the tent now. We got my sleeping pad here. Not much light in here, but sleeping pad and pillow, and then my sleeping bag is still in its roll. I'll need to get that out in a second, but have all the rest of my gear in here. Anything that's not food or scented, I put all that on the bear cable. So it's actually a really nice tent. It's super sizable, totally big enough for me, and I'm like 6'3", 6'4". There's plenty of space in here. This is the 2-person model. You could definitely fit 2 in here, but I mean, like with any backpacking tent that would be tight. But super comfortable for 1 person. So yeah, not really that cold yet. It's really not supposed to get cold until the early hours of the morning. 4:30 a.m. and it is snowing really hard. Staying warm though. All right. It is about 7 a.m. I'm brushing my teeth. Honestly slept super well. Tent collapsed once. The GoPro's been quitting on me, so I'm not exactly sure what I got last night and what I didn't. But slept really well. Stayed warm the whole time, was pretty comfortable. Like I said, it's about 7 a.m. We're starting to get our first shades of daylight here. Yeah, gonna finish brushing my teeth and make some oatmeal for breakfast and pack down the camp. So I'll see you at breakfast. Definitely see it looks a lot different than it did last night. Got my own winter wonderland here. The tent was covered in snow. I just kind of brushed it off a little bit. It caved in at one point. Had to get up at about 3 in the morning and fix that, which sucked. But yeah, we got tons of snow here. Well, I guess not tons, a light dusting, but it was snowing consistently pretty much the whole night. It stopped at about 5 a.m., which I'm super grateful for. It would not be fun packing all this stuff up in the snow, but I got my food off the bear cables, so gonna just finish up brushing my teeth, change clothes, and then whip up some oatmeal and head out. Heading back now, only probably about 1/10 of a mile into the trail, but on the way back to the car. But it is just gorgeous out here. Got a really nice coating of snow on everything. I'm wondering if it'll be like this at lower elevations. I'm sure Knoxville didn't get any snow, but eventually I'm assuming we'll just see the snow kind of start to disappear. But super cool to be up here at these high elevations. Like I said, the campsite was about, I think it's like 3,400 feet. So pretty significantly above, you know, Townsend in that area. I think I started the hike in Cades Cove when I was about 1,900 or so. So really not too much elevation gain on this trail, only about 1,300 feet or so. But it's a really nice hike. This is always a really cool part of the hike, where the snow just kind of stops. I don't know how well you can see it, but right now the elevation I'm at, cold enough to hold snow. Start going down that way and there's just not any. So I think we're gonna go up and down here a little bit, but definitely getting ready to, ooh, this is slick. Definitely getting ready to be at the point where we're out of the snow and back into the warm of things. I'm not really sure how much farther we have. My Apple Watch is long dead, so but I think I counted 5 bridge crossings on the way up, so that was the first one. So we're definitely not very far into the hike, but already getting down to the point where the snow is no longer sticking. All right, back in Knoxville now. Didn't really get to record a whole lot of the hike back. The GoPro was just being really finicky. I did not like the cold weather and the batteries were just not holding charge, but that was a really good hike. I enjoyed it. Right on the creek. Pretty easy to get up there, really. I think I said it in the video, but it clocked at about 3.5 miles or so to the top from where I had to park. And then just kind of went up the mountain, Anthony Creek the whole way, pretty much. And it's right before the intersection with the Boat Mountain Trail, which you can also take to do a loop to campsite 18, which I'm definitely thinking about doing in the future. Overall thoughts on the site, I really liked it. The sites are all really well spaced out. There's a lot of different firings to choose from, so as I mentioned, it would be really good for like group outings, multiple people, and you don't want to have to worry about, you know, overcrowding too many people at one firing, so you can pretty much guarantee that your group's going to get one to yourself there. I was a little difficult to find level ground on a lot of the sites. There was one in particular that I just didn't choose because I didn't like the location as much, that had some really nice level ground. The one I chose, though, was it was on a slope and definitely caused some issues, slid around a little bit at night, had to sort of restrict myself to a few different sleeping positions, but overall it was a really nice hike. Good water access up there, lots of wood, pine in particular, which is really nice. Just kind of all laying around the campsite, easy to pick up. Bear cables are good, trail's in really good shape. Definitely going to be some water crossings, so make sure you wear some water resistant boots or some sort of shoe you can get wet. Other than that, I'm really happy with that experience. All my new gear handled everything super well. I kind of got 2 seasons in one there. Got to test out spring the first day and winter once I got back. So definitely a trip I'm interested in doing again, and really looking forward to the next trip.